Carlson here with Ryan Aber. We're at the Peak where Oklahoma plays its opening round game in the NCAA tournament on Friday, about 3:15, Ryan. And we are looking deep in our Friday newspaper and on News OK at the 30th anniversary of the three-point shot. And really nobody in college basketball has ridden the three-point shot to higher heights in Oklahoma. How have these guys done it, gotten to this point where when they start this tournament, they're a contender for the Final Four?
Well, you've got to start with Buddy Hield and the job that he's done from behind the three-point line. When he came in, he wasn't a good three-point shooter at all. Had a shot where he started really low near his hip, and they refined that year to year. He got better and better, and this year he's one of the most reliable three-point shooters in the game. And it's not just him. It's Isaiah Cousins, Jordan Woodard, the other two guards, and even their bigs, most notably Ryan Spangler, is able to step out and hit those shots. When that happens, they're able to spread the floor out so much that creates much more space for them in the lane to score in that regard as well. So that's what's made this offense go.
You know, Bakersfield, their first-round opponent in the NCAA tournament, it calls themselves annoying defensively. So it's going to be interesting to see how that affects things in this first-round game. But, Ryan, I got to think the last time these guys were on the floor, it was West Virginia, and nobody plays defense like West Virginia. You know, it was a struggle, particularly for Buddy Hield in that game. But, Ryan, I got to think that these guys are going to get off on a strong foot. This is a 2-15 matchup, really get that shooting going.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think the key with West Virginia is not only the guy that they put on Buddy Hield is able to lock down on him and not give him space, it's everybody else is able to play defense the way that they do, and they're used to that made that thing go. Cal State Bakersfield might have one, maybe two defenders that can do things like that, but with the amount of shooters that OU has, they're going to be able to get somebody free and get somebody hot, and then they're going to have to play off of Buddy Hield a little bit, and then that's when things start rolling for him.
Lastly, we've got to talk a little bit about Lon Kruger, the guy that has basically enabled this team to become a three-point shooting team and really ride that to great success this year. You're diving into this issue. Lon Kruger's been in the game a long time. He was in the game before the three-point shot came around. How did he evolve to this point where he was okay with a team that shot a lot of threes?
Well, I think he got thrown into the deep end in 1987 when the three-point shot came around. He had a couple people that are very familiar to our readers, our viewers, Steve Henson, who's an assistant now with OU, and Mitch Richmond, who was a fantastic player at Kansas State, was a fantastic pro. Those two guys could shoot a lot from outside. Will Scott, another player on that team, was a great outside shooter. So they very quickly had to adapt to that. And then this year, they knew they would shoot a lot of threes, but there was some worry that with the rule changes that came into play before this season, that would go away maybe in December and January like we saw a couple years ago when they tried to do some things to open up freedom of movement. But that didn't happen. They were able to still do those things, get out in transition, hit the transition threes, get big rebounds, and kick out immediately. We've seen that happen time after time with this team. So Lon Kruger wasn't one of those guys who held out a long time to get immersed in the three. He dove right into it.
And now the Sooners are deep into that. We'll see how deep their tournament run can go starting on Friday. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.